Hi all, welcome back to the Final Whistle there through the stream on the channel. And this evening we're going to discuss an awful lot to do at Leicester City as the 25-26 Leicester City season for the Championship starts in about 39 days. It's going to be a season of very much what is going to happen. Points deductions, will it be a business plan? Will it be this? Will it be that? I don't know. But we're going to discuss the Athletics article. We're going to look at it all. There's just no kit, no manager. Ruud van Nistelrooy's gone. Mutual consent, by the way. And yeah, the decisions are still very much radio silence at the football club, aren't they? Sheffield Wednesday is the first team we play on the Sky Bet Championship opener. So, yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Kuno, how are we, mate? Lee, good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're well. So, yeah, guys, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed to the Final Whistle. Please get down and do so. It'd help me out massively if you can do that. So, the latest on Leicester City is, regarding an awful lot to do, is manager. Leicester City are managerless, by the way. Some like to call it rudderless because of Van Nistelrooy's mutual consent leaving. But Leicester City have not got a manager. Leicester City have started pre-season and the search for a manager goes on. Who will be at the helm at the King Power Stadium is the question. Will it be Danny Rowe? Or have Leicester City got other ideas? Because it's going to be a big job for any manager to come in and do it. Let's be fair. It's not going to be an easy task. It's a big project. We need a long-term project, a bit of longevity, a bit of continuity. And the points deduction is what hovers over Leicester City. A plan for the Championship haven't really been discussed, has it? Let's be fair. It's not one that we've actually started. We don't know what's going on or who to talk to. The communication is very much silent on the board's behalf. And what is the plan? That is the big one for me. But yeah, Daz, how are we, mate? Hope you're good. What's happening, Jack? Not a lot, mate. Not a lot happening at Leicester City. Danny Rowe is the big strong link, isn't he, to Leicester City at this moment in time. And will we pay that £1 million compensation? Well, there has been, to believe, talks between Leicester City and Sheffield Wednesday on that compensation talk, haven't they? Which was about 2 days ago. So they have held talks. Whether or not Leicester City are going to put the money forward and say, we are taking you, Danny Rowe, then that's another thing. But Tom Colomossi did say in his article yesterday, didn't he, that about the Danny Rowe situation. He says he's a good manager. He very much knows the Championship, and he's a training ground type of coach, isn't he? He likes to get the best out of what he's got. He's proven it at Sheffield Wednesday. He can do. But the thing is, what is it? What is the plan? Because every manager is going to want to know the plan for Leicester City. Sean Dyche, in the article yesterday, were very much that he could very much wait for the winter to see what's happening at either Sunderland, Burnley, Leeds, whatever team sacks their manager. He's going to be interested, isn't he, to taking a Premier League job. Premier League wages is a big stumbling block for Leicester City. I think it's going to be paying quite a lot of money out, but that's the thing. Danny Rowe had been sounded out from when Cooper got the sack. Well, shall I say got the boot at Leicester City. He is one that's been very much closely watched by the Leicester City hierarchy for future of the football club, future managers. So the Leicester City now go and make that move quite quickly because they've got to. They need a manager in quite quickly now, don't they? They've got to get it done and really start to plan for the championship because, like I say, 39 days away till Leicester City play Sheffield Wednesday, by the way. Well, 38 days in whatever hours it is, but you get my drift. So that is the big sticking point for Leicester City. Pre-season is one that we're going to discuss in a minute. The friendlies, kits, players in and out, because there's a lot of questions that need to be answered at Leicester City. But yo, Jack, hello. How are we? What's your opinion on the managing situation? Danny Rowe is one that I like. He is one that I would want, to be honest. I think he's one that the players and the fans would very much get on board with. I think he can, like Lee Hendry said today, he's one that can get Leicester City to the Premier League. He's a good manager. And yeah, it'd be one that I'd take. Obviously, a lot of opinions are on Sean Dyche. Some would want Sean Dyche for the stability. A lot of strategizing and that regarding the way the club needs to be going in that direction of the up rather than the messing about. But we need to start now looking out first. Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to happen. Looking good, mate. Been ages since I've seen you. Big up. Hey, Jack, waiting still. Well, everything's pending, innit? Let's be fair. Hi, Jack. No plan, no communication. Pull your finger out, cunt top. That is the main thing because he's the leader of the football club, isn't he, cunt top? He needs to communicate, and I know it's not within the culture of Thailand that they do communicate, do they? They're very private people, but you know, in football, you can't just talk when you're doing well. You've got to be able to come out and say something when you are doing badly, and this is Leicester's spiral, isn't it? That in the last 2 out of 3 seasons, has been 2 Premier League relegations, and it's something that needs to be spoken about. It's not something that can be swept under the carpet. We need a plan. It took us bloody 10 weeks to sack Ruud van Nistelrooy, by the way. Let's be fair, since we got relegated. Evening, Jack, mate. Evening, Reese. How are we? Danny boy, the Foxes. Getting a bit embarrassing now, Jack. It is. It is. And, you know, you look at other clubs, Southampton, they hired Will Still. They knew what they wanted and how they got it. Ipswich have started planning. A lot of teams in the Championship have started planning, bringing in players and everything like that. There's a plan. You know, Middlesbrough, bringing Rob Edwards. They know what's doing. They've made a signing since. Leicester City are the only managerless club in the Championship as we speak. So, who's your interim manager going to be on Saturday? Well, it's going to be Andy King, isn't it, till anyone's come in. Hey, Jack, sorry I haven't been in touching days, but I'm here now. I'm still wanting Dyche, Wilder, Rowe and Gerrard on my top. Dyche and Rowe, I'd very much take. I would, because they both offer different things. But Gerrard and Wilder, Wilder is one that he has done well at Sheffield United. He never really cut it out at Middlesbrough, did he? Let's be fair. Some call it a dinosaur appointment. Gerrard. See, people like Gerrard get jobs because of the name. Like Rooney, Van Nistelrooy, Lampard, they get jobs because of the name of they was and how good they was as a player. It's not about what they've done as a manager. So I think you'll get Carrick. Carrick is an Enzo sort of purpose style of football, isn't he? That he plays the same way. Middlesbrough fans were frustrated in the end with Michael Carrick. He probably should have been sacked sooner, if to be fair. But can we get Kevin De Bruyne? Mate, that'd cost us a lot of money. But I think, is he got Napoli, Kevin De Bruyne now? Manager shirt, Jamie Vardy, yeah. Sausage rolls, I still on standby. Well, the German ones are anyway. Sean Dyche is my top contender. Evening, Josh. Evening, David. How are we, mate? Hope you're good. We need to get a striker in. We do. The thing is with Leicester, we can't bring in players and we can't sort of sell players until a manager's in. We can't physically. I know there's been a lot of discussions regarding Connor Cody, Bilal El Khanous, Wild Fass, even Ricardo got mentioned at one point. So this is where we're at. This is really where we're at. No to Dyche, no to Wilder, and no to Dyche-saurus. Only sausage roll for me. Well, someone must be hungry. 1 roll, 2 Carsley, 3 Dyche. Carsley doesn't want a club job, does he? He's very much happy with the international side of things, which he's doing well. What's he got to? European titles now with England under 21s, by the way. Yeah. I'm glad Danny Ward's gone. I mean, what was it, 25 million? Danny Ward ended up getting from Leicester City, so we spent like £12.5 million to sign him, and then the other £12 million gone in wages. 40 grand, by the way. Actually looking forward to Peterborough. You know what? I'm looking forward to getting a bit of football back in my life. I know people say I shouldn't be looking forward to things, but I do. It's been a while. It's been a good few weeks. I think I've got the stress levels out of me, even though things are still happening at the club, what need to be sorting and communicating quite quickly with. Don't think Carsley come. Tuscan Fox, how are we, mate? Hope you're well from Arizona, USA. Big up, my friend. Hope you're good. We need to find as many free transfers to get through this next season. If we're able to move back up, then we can spend some money. Yes, I do like the new training kit. Yes, I do. It's very nice, isn't it? I see my good mate Lee posted it on X earlier on in his Instagram. It looks very nice. Ben Nelson looked good in it as well. And yeah, it was lovely. It's probably one that I will put onto my shopping list at one point. I don't think the missus would be happy with that one, but you got to do what you got to do. 7 roll, 1 roll, 2 dice. Yeah, interesting, Dan. Who would be a realistic target though, Dan? If you had to pick one manager, who would you have in mind? What kind of approach would you say Leicester City need to go in? What direct regarding style of football and that? What sort of your main focus? But let's have a look at this, Fleddy. Let's have a look at this article. My mate Jordan Alford, by the way, big on my mate from Big Strong Leicester Boys podcast. If anyone doesn't listen to the Big Strong Leicester Boys podcast, go and give it a listen. Love the lads over there, Rick, Jake, Jordan. You know, they do a great podcast. I went to watch them live the other week. And, yeah, it was fantastic. But, right, let's have a look at this article then from The Athletic. And here we are. Leicester City are rudderless. And the 25-26 season is approaching quickly. It turned into the longest of goodbyes. Ruud van Nistelrooy's 210 Leicester City tenure finally came to an end on June 27th, and almost 10 weeks after their relegation to the Championship was confirmed. The Dutchman had been left in limbo after losing 19 of his 27 games in charge. Shocking, isn't it? Just utter joke. Should have been gone sooner. And overseeing a run of 9 successive home league matches in defeat without scoring. A top flight record, by the way. So Leicester's decision to part with Ruud van Nistelrooy was widely expected to arrive after June the 30th, but instead came on June the 27th. The club's payday, whilst the date of the actual payday payment is irrelevant to when the cost hits Leicester's books. Announcing van Nistelrooy's departure then meant the cost of removing him landed in their 24-25 figures. The only caveat to that is if any of the termination payment due to him is conditional. For example, if he agreed to not join a competitor within a set period. The likelihood is the majority of the termination costs were booked into the period ending June the 30th, 2025. Leicester have been contacted for comment, which I don't think you'll get much from the club, but you never know. Someone might actually email back or answer the phone. The 49-year-old's departure by mutual consent was not a shock, but is another error in judgment by the owner of a club who won the Premier League and the FA Cup within the last decade. Why wait? That was my sort of annoyance. Why are we waiting a long time to sack him? Obviously, financial fair play plays a lot of it, doesn't it? Better known as PSR, profit and sustainability and all that. It all plays a part. Leicester City have had very much PSR problems, haven't they? Which they're still ongoing to this day regarding what is going to happen at Leicester City. But Ruud van Nistelrooy, just under 10 weeks to sack him. They got relegated against Liverpool, didn't they, Leicester? And you'd have thought, okay, then Ruud leaves, now relegation's confirmed. But Leicester City are very much, it's just a bad error of judgment again by the club to... It just shows they're just making anything sort of judgments, and things just not looking good when they are making these decisions. So imagine a new kit will be announced 9 a.m. on Saturday. It probably will be, to be fair. Hello, Caleb. How are we? Rossi LCFC 1993. Hello, welcome to the chat. Greetings, Terry. Oh, you good, my friend? I will say Roll. He will get new players because he will have... Yeah, fair enough. Feel we need Roll to get some positivity back. The thing is, Roll would bring something that the fans will get on board with. You know, I think it'd be a long-term project. I know Sheffield Wednesday fans are like, that guy would jump ship. He'd probably go and twerk for any team. Managers do, and that's what's expected in football. But if we do get Danny Roll, and say it does get confirmed in the next coming days and everything like that, and we do bring him in, we've got to be planning well. We've got to be having an idea of who we want to keep and who we don't, and move them on quite quickly, because the wages is the big one, isn't it, with transfers. It's all right paying the transfer fee, it's the wages. And this is the issue with Leicester City. There's an awful lot to do. Players coming in, players going out. What is the plan for the season? Where do we go? Manager, who is that going to be? Because a lot of reports have been Danny Rowe, haven't they? And we're sort of like, yeah, this one's going to happen, isn't it? But it's not been, nothing's been said today regarding Danny Rowe, but maybe, I don't know, maybe the shop's closed on a Wednesday at Leicester City, so maybe we'll hear a lot more. Rumour is that's why we've not sold anyone yet. They want our manager's input. That's what it is. It will be Danny Rowe. I bloody hope so. Who would you want on the back of your shirt? I think I'm too old for that, Dave, to be honest. Tuscan Fox in the house. Which of the first team players we're guaranteed to keep? So the thing is, PSR was a big one, wasn't it? The other day, where we sort of looked at it and thought, are we going to be desperate to selling somebody to comply with PSR? And all of a sudden, they didn't sell anybody. And you're thinking, July the 1st, we're in the new PSR year. We haven't been haggled to bloody selling somebody, an asset. But the thing is, with Leicester now, they're in control now, aren't they, for what they want for players. They're not having to be desperately forced to sell anybody. Like there was with Dewsbury, they were forced to sell. And Leicester now can negotiate wherever. They can play hardball. Leicester City will probably keep a lot of the players for next season. And that squad, I think, would very much storm the Championship. I don't know if anyone would agree if we keep a lot of the players, Fatawu, Mavridis, Harry Winks. Who else have we got? Koulibaly, Ricardo, Justin, McAteer, Jeremy Monga. We've got a good squad of players there, you know. Matt Hermanson has been linked away with Chelsea and West Ham. But Chelsea always love to come to Leicester, don't they, and get another stamp on that loyalty card. They're always in and about the Leicester City shopping, innit? You know what? They come to Leicester so much, they might as well go and have a look in the shops in the High Cross, innit, to have a look, see if they can get anything else from Leicester. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm surprised the bloody not made an offer to buy our training ground, if I'm honest, Chelsea. But we have a year to be compliant with PSR now, exactly. Goals win games, need a striker. Terry, that is the top of the list of the transfer window this summer. A striker. We can't get rid of Patson Daka until we've got a striker in. And Didi looks to be going away as well. Yeah, he's always one that's got that £9 million buyout clause, hasn't he, Wilfred Ndidi? And he will very much leave, won't he? But then again, will clubs pay the wages that he's on? So he's going to be another eye earner because when we sort of negotiate the contract regarding Ndidi, no one else would pay the money Leicester City were going to pay. So that sort of shows that other clubs are very well smart on what they're wanting to pay. Leicester pay over the odds because they're desperate to keep what they've got. So this is one of them again where Leicester are very much, they seem very keen, don't they? They're very much they're not proactive, are they? No, reactive, sorry, not proactive, reactive. They're not reactive enough. Leicester, they leave things to be left with. But this is the first part that we discuss. We've got an awful lot to do. The manager's got to come in. We've got to get this appointment right. What would the new manager be? Sixth manager in a few years. So since 2023, we'd have our sixth manager in charge. Sixth. That shows a lot. In we keep sacking and hiring. We've become a yo-yo club regarding sacking and hiring managers, in we're not sticking to one man. We're just bloody happy sacking, should we call it. Brownhill on 70 grand a week incoming loan. Brownhill would be a fantastic signing, by the way, though, Josh. He would be a fantastic signing. We're going to get on to him in a minute. We're going to get on to an awful lot to do at Leicester City. Danny Rowe is one that's mentioned. Like Josh says, guys, help out Jack. Like the stream. Let me store it, actually, so I know what's what. I'll store it. Yeah, thanks, Josh, for the support, mate. But yeah, so the managerial situation's got to be done quite quickly now, hasn't it? We ain't got time to bloody waste. We've got 39 days till the season starts. We kick our first championship ball again against Sheffield Wednesday. So we need to get going, really. King is going to be here until the new manager is in charge, isn't he? He will be most probably in the backroom staff, Andy King, which I think would be fantastic. If you bring in Chris Powell as well, I think it offers a lot more, because King and Powell, if Danny Rowe's to come in, them two would be the perfect sort of fitting for Rowe to work with. Kingy knows the club well, been here many years, club legend. Chris Powell knows the club well as well, coached at Leicester City, played for Leicester City, so they know what the club is and how they want to go about it. So Brownhill, another player over 30 after Christmas. Yeah, you're not wrong, Terry. But so I'm going to put the poll out now. Who do you want as manager? Who is your thoughts? Dyche, Rowe, or other? Let me know in the comments. But the next one we're going to discuss is transfer window. And Leicester City have got to be quite smart. I think I don't think we're going to have a big budget to spend, let's be fair. But there's an awful lot to do with that one as well. I think it's about 8 players. I've got a year left on the contract. James Justin, Ricardo, Jordan Ayew, Patson Daka, Luke Thomas. So there's a couple of names that I've mentioned there that have got a year left on the contract. Fass is very much he will leave Leicester City. Connor Cody, Rangers. I think that deal will be tied up when the new manager obviously comes in. And then you've got the likes of Wilfred Ndidi's a relegation clause. Buba Samori, will he be on his way? He's obviously been linked with a lot of Spanish clubs, hasn't he? So it's going to be interesting to see what is happening. Dyche for me, and Danny Boy, yeah, but I think we'll get Roll. I will say Danny Roll. Well, I heard Danny Roll's favourite dessert is jam roly-poly. See what I did there? You're a Wonderwall. You're all Danny. It just doesn't make sense, Carl. I'm sorry, mate. It doesn't make sense, that one. But yeah, I'm all aboard Danny Rowe. I think some Sheffield Wednesday fans say, why would you go for Danny Rowe? But then you look at Danny Rowe and what he's done it with minimal resources at Sheffield Wednesday. He got them 12th last season. He kept them up the season before when they looked dead and buried in the bottom of the table with just 3 points, by the way. He turned it around massively, gets the best out of what he's got. And he plays an attacking style of football. He's got 2 plans. He's charismatic. He's very pragmatic. And I think he's one that the players will very much get on board with. So he's the one that I'd go with personally. Transfer window-wise, like I say, we need a striker. We will need to bring in a couple of players. Not an overhaul of a squad, but the defence, I think, it sorts itself out quite well. I think we've got quite a good sort of defenders in there. Your Ricardos, your James Justins, who will do a job in the Championship, Luke Thomas, Koulibaly. If we can keep hold of Vicoli, fantastic. You got Ben Nelson in there next season. I don't know what's going to be happening with Harry Souttar. Maybe he gets sold. Then you look at midfield. We're not going to be selling Oliver Skip, are we? Let's be fair. Who's going to pay 25 million quid? It's going to be one of them sort of things. So we're not going to bloody drive a hard bargain with that one. Harry Winks proved it in the Championship. Very good in the Championship. Daka, it's what the future holds. I think he's been under 4 managers now. And yeah, it's a different sort of setup. Does he move on and go and play football elsewhere and find a team he can actually get some stability in and maybe find himself again and score goals? Because he was doing it in the Austrian league. It just hasn't worked out for Leicester City, has it? Let's be honest. £23 million. It ain't looking good, bro. Let's be fair. Josh Brownhill is one that was in the rumour mill yesterday. I seen it from a few Burnley things. It's a chance, but he's a good player. He's a box-to-box midfielder, can score goals. He's captain material. He's very good in leading the line in midfield. I mean, him and Harry Winks, I think, would be fantastic. Wages would probably be the sort of stumbling block with Leicester City. But you know what the clubs like. They like to play out big wages. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did pay 70 grand out for him. But, you know, if you take Connor Cody into consideration, 70 grand a week, Jamie Vardy's left the football club. That's 140 grand you're saving. So Ndidi's wages, you can be saving again. And we're going to be saving quite a bit of wages, which can do well. Connor Cody would probably be sold for about £3 million. So that's £3 million in the transfer kitty, you know. So it works out far. I think 40k reasonably for Josh Brownhill, proven Championship player, and I think would be a good midfielder for the club and good link-up play for the forwards as well. And if you can keep someone like El Canoes, I might sound deluded, but if we could, then him, Josh Brownhill, Harry Winks, Mavididi, Fatawu, and then a good proven Championship striker, maybe a Josh Sargent or someone, would be fantastic. So who knows? You got to roll with it. Give Dyche a go. He is local, isn't he? But we'll see. Tuscan Fox, you just said that we have a pretty good squad sitting on the bench already. I'd say one key player, if any. Yeah, Monga. Keep rolling. Deitch for me, more experience. Yeah, I can see the flip of the coin with Williams. To be fair, brings stability. He knows what he wants and how to get it. Sean Deitch, he's no messing about, is he? But he's only one style of football, isn't he? And it'd be difficult to see if he could actually change it. Roll the Deitch. Justin, Akoli, Nelson, Ricardo, generally just a cheat code in the Championship. I heard he's the Rolls Royce of managers. William, I've seen what you did there, mate. Someone told me off for that yesterday. I think I were on the blue tinted glasses, and I think I'd said roll about 5 times in 5 different sentences. Who are the top 4 Championship teams next year? I think if we did get a 15-point deduction, I would very much say we'd finish in the playoffs. I mean, if we did win every game, then we'd probably finish top 2, but is Brownhill a replacement for Bilal, I think? He's a number 8, isn't he? I mean, Bilal's a number 8 as well, but I don't know. I mean, he's a free. Saving on Vestergaard and his dog, yeah. I will give up one of my kidneys to keep Bilal in the Championship. Yeah, I think I'd probably do the same, to be honest. Anyone with the name Josh makes great players. Josh, not bad, mate. Fossil, how are we, buddy? Hope you're well, mate. Good to see you in as always. I don't know if you've heard anything regarding different things. If you have, get it in the comments, mate, and let us know. We'll be the Rolling Stones. I think we just need to stop all this, don't we? We need to stop all this until he's been confirmed. Maybe Leicester City will have like a production of a good trailer of when he is, if he is getting appointed. You got me going for a few minutes with the transfer photo on your YouTube icon. The thing is, I've got nothing to tell you on the transfer news. I'm sorry. It's quiet. We're not going to do anything until the new manager's appointed. Nope. Only Foxes talk rumours, but we will have the man in charge in the next few days. It's impossible not to have one. Exactly. It is. The thing is that there's a lot of rumours, aren't there? But we will have a manager in charge. Well, hopefully we do. Hopefully. See, I think if Sheffield Wednesday, I think that if Leicester all have paid the money behind the scenes for Danny Rowe, Leicester will confirm it, and then Sheffield Wednesday will say Danny Rowe's left Sheffield Wednesday. By mutual consent or whatever it is. Maybe they'll say that type of thing. I don't know. Are Leverkusen still in the race? No, they're not. They've signed somebody else. Forgot his name. When could you see us getting a new manager? Probably in the next few days. Maybe go into next week, knowing our football club. But maybe we could appoint someone very, very quickly, you know. I think it's something that we are pressured on doing. And that's the way to go about it. But talking more about an awful lot to do at Leicester City, let's have a look at this article even more. So, under King Power, the duty-free business from Thailand, Leicester were once a beacon of light on how to sustainability prioritise a sizable professional club and challenge for the elite for honours. But since sleepwalking to relegation with 7th highest wage bill in the country in 2023, a litany of errors as Boardroom level has been sent to relegations in 3 seasons. Yeah. John Rudkin and Susan Whelan have been blamed for their roles, and there was protests at the home games last season with fans asking it to be sold. This amid a backdrop of use uncertainty for the King Power's business, which has suffered since the pandemic. Leicester's managed to bounce back for 23-24. The potential points deduction, transfer embargo is looming. Club legend Jamie Vardy has left. The first team went back to training on Monday. Rudless, it's 38 days to a season start. Sheffield Wednesday, and they have an awful lot to do. They do. Points deduction is going to be an interesting one as well, isn't it? We'll chat about that. There's an awful lot to do regarding that perspective. And I reckon this is going to be how the transfer sort of process goes, because of the transfer process regarding the points deduction and that, we're going to have to be smart, aren't we, with signings and that. And we've got to be a lot more pragmatic to what we can do and what we can't, and how we actually go about things with how this points deduction can affect us for next season. But knowing Leicester, I think if we keep the majority of the squad and get rid of about 4 or 5 players, then I still think we'll have a good fighting chance in the Championship. You know, the squad is good enough. It is probably one of the best in the Championship, if I'm honest with you. I know people speak about Ipswich and Southampton squad, but then I think Leicester have really got a good squad for the Championship. But it's the players you are going to be selling that are going to also affect that, aren't they? And there's a lot of quality in the squad for the Championship next year. And if you put Bilal El Khanous in the Championship, it's a cheat code, isn't it? You know, and you've got your Fatawas, Mavridis. There'll be players that we can keep, so that'll help. So say we do have a point deduction and we do bring in a couple of signings, some quite smart signings, then I think it'll help towards it. Where are we? Surely it's announced within the week. Considering the friendly one, maybe the new manager might be watching it Seagrave on Saturday when they take on Peterborough. Who knows? Only 600k release clause now, so surely we can't mess up. Well, we're trusting the bully board to go and do this, aren't we? Disappointing no shirt Saturday. I think there will be one, Terry, what the players will wear. I don't know if the new shirt will come out or not, but anyone know of any Saudi princes? I don't, mate. Sorry. I know there was... there's one that's going to be looking to buy a Championship club. I don't know which Championship club it is. I know they were linked with Millwall, weren't they? Bristol City are one of them. I expect playoffs even with a heavy points deduction. Everything dwindles on the points deduction, doesn't it? But Leicester have got a lot to do regarding ins and outs when the manager does arrive. Who stays? Who goes? The team for next season is going to be key as well. Who plays in the starting 11? You know, there's going to be quite a few squad players, aren't there? Like Jordan Ayew and that. And we've got to just take it as we see it and go and build, because a lot of the teams have started building and programming for the Championship with the plans and that. Leicester City, you'd probably say better late than never, but you can never always use that phrase with Leicester, because we know what it's like when we leave things to the last minute or we leave it late, we panic, and we can't afford to panic this time. This is a big month for us, a very big month for Leicester City. New manager, got to get it right, got to know what style of football you're playing and how you're going to go about doing it in the Championship next year. Your players, squad, and everything like that. That picture of Root smiling is triggering me low. But this is it. You know, the Championship is a tough league, but I do think we've got a good enough squad to win most of our games next year. Let's have a look more into this article. It was over 12 months ago that Enzo Maresca guided Leicester to a record 8th second-tier title before his departure of Chelsea. He was replaced by Steve Cooper, but the transfer business that followed was baffling. Key players, midfielder Dewsbury Hall left, and then you replace them with Jordan Ayew, Deco Overeed arrived for relatively low investment, but midfield Oliver Skip to £20 million. Odsonne Edouard was signed, and this is where I talk about transfers. You can't go making signings like this. A sizable loan fee, a hefty loan fee in wages with a recall option. He played a total of 26 minutes last season, Odsonne Edouard. So we can't afford to go and sign another one of him next season. So that means we will have a lot of work to do if we're going to be signing players like that. It's points deduction that worries me. Let's have a look more into this then. Cooper was dismissed after 12 games. 10 points out of 25. 6 of those coming after his return to the second tier was confirmed. It means that Leicester are looking for their 5th permanent manager since the departure of Brendan Rodgers just over 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So we keep rolling the dice a lot. Leicester City. Sean Dyche, who lives locally, is out of work and would provide the club with a safe pair of hands. That's going back to the management one with an awful lot of work to do. The 54-year-old has proven track record, having guided Burnley to promotion twice, secured their best top-flight finish since 1974. His style of football drew criticism from sections of Goodison Park, but he would provide a nonsense approach similar to Nigel Pearson when he was appointed in 2008 and 2011. So, yeah, Sean Dyche is your modern-day Nigel Pearson, isn't he, Let's be fair. All the opposite ends of the spectrum. Sheffield Wednesday's Danny Roll, 36, has had many admirers across Europe. He became the youngest manager in English football league when he took charge of Hillsborough Club in October 2023, and has impressed while working with limited resources in South Yorkshire. Despite many problems facing them this summer, Leicester City remain an attractive proposition. Whoever takes charge will be managing one of the strongest teams in the division. Ricardo, Harry Winks, who Ruud van Nistelrooy throws out, by the way, Harry Winks. Abdul Tawu is returning from an anterior cruciate ligament injury. He's looking fantastic, though, for Tawu in training. I've looked. He looks sharp. He looks ready to go. Excelled in Leicester's title-winning campaign 2 seasons ago. The club had promised a crop of academy graduates with Jeremy Monga, who came the Premier League's second youngest player in history last season at age 15. Will Alves and Ben Nelson have also plenty of potential. There was also first-team appearances for Olabode, Aluko, and Jake Evans, 16 last season. But whoever King Power appoints as manager, the decision needs to be made quickly and it needs to be right. Exactly. So that is much of the article as we are going to read. Is Conor Cody leaving? Well, supposedly, yeah. Whether it's when the new manager comes in is nothing, but they have had advanced talks, haven't they? Conor Cody's not going to turn down European football, isn't he? With Rangers, he'll probably be on a bit of wages, but it's how much Rangers are actually going to willing to pay for Conor Cody. But yes, so is Vardy. Vardy's out of contract. He is. Whether he goes next, don't want Vardy to take Conor Cody. I'll tell you what, Jamie Vardy would score quite a lot of goals in that league. I'll be honest with you. Whether it's for Celtic or Rangers, I think he'd score goals in both. But like I say, the planning process has got to have started. We can't be messing about. It's a big, big month for Leicester City. It's a massive season again for the Foxes in the Championship. The plans have got to be right. The process for the manager's got to be right. And we've got to get the right man in. We've got to get the right squad, the right formula together. And hopefully we have a strong start, because that's what we're going to need with the whole points deduction thing looming over us and that, and whatever the FL is going to throw at us as well. So, yeah, big things for Leicester City. Fingers crossed we can get it right and make the right decisions going forward. So let's see what happens. Cody wouldn't be training with us if he was going to Rangers. Fair point. Yeah, he would score plenty of goals in that league. Look at points difference between third and fourth last season. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you look at Burnley and Leeds, they finished on with 99 points. No, didn't they get 100 points between them each last season, Burnley and Leeds? Sheffield United finished on 70. No, they finished on 90, didn't they? 10 points behind. Rangers' first game in 3 weeks. Mad, innit? But yeah, let me know your thoughts as always on everything, what we've discussed during the show. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this stream. Subscribe to the channel if you know and you haven't subscribed already. Let me know what your thoughts are at what you would do regarding the plan for Leicester City next season. What positions do we need to fill? How big is the transfer window? What managerial appointment do we need to make with Danny Roll's name keep coming up? As there's an awful lot to do for Leicester City, and they've got to get it right now going forward. So Sheffield Wednesday at home in 39 days. So the season will start very soon. And yeah, bro, I don't know why you guys thought getting skipping. Well, don't blame me. Don't blame me on that. That Oliver Skip one baffled me, to be fair, £25 million. But there we go. That's some of the bad decisions we have made, but we've got to make the good decisions and the big decisions going forward now, because the Championship's just over 5 weeks away for Leicester City to start their next game in the first game of the season against Sheffield Wednesday. Pre-season friendly against Peterborough on Saturday. I'll be at Seagrave for that one, so hopefully we can get a few bits. But thanks for watching. Take care. Hopefully we hear more on the managerial situation that comes our way regarding Leicester City. Will it be roll? Let's see what happens. But take care. Have a great rest of the evening, wherever you're up to. Up the Foxes, and keep it at the final whistle.